everyone. Welcome to the next session of Python projects. So, what are we going to learn today? Today we are going to learn to create a simple game that is rock, paper and scissors. Usually two of the friends play that together. But what if we are alone? So let's create an AI. Let's make the computer understand this game. So we would be learning how can we play this game with a computer. Before going into the instructions, let's quickly revise its rules and regulations. So as you can see here, these are the simple basic hand symbols that we use while playing the game. Rock, paper and a scissor. So we would be also learning how can we print these emojis using Python. We can directly copy paste these shapes and there are certain other ways also to print that. Before that, let us quickly check out the rules for the game. Now, as I told you that there are two player games, so what are the chances? How can we come to a conclusion who wins the game? So, starting with the first player, when we start with the game, so there are two players. A player has an option of rock, paper and scissors. If a player is selecting the option as rock, that is the closed hand, and the computer takes an option as scissor. So who wins in this part? So it is a rock and a scissor. Rock can easily cut the scissor. So we can say the user wins. Now with the rock there are other options. You as a user are selecting rock and also the computer is selecting the rock. So in this time we can say that would be a tie. And the last option with it would be user, that is you is selecting a rock and the other option would be paper selected by a computer. And in this case, we can say computer wins. Similarly, we can set up all the sections. That is, if you are selecting paper and along with you, a computer is also selecting paper. So this will again bring you the tie in the game. You are selecting the paper and the computer is selecting the rock. So in this way, we can say the paper will win. That is, the user will win. And the last option is when you are selecting paper and the computer is getting a scissor. So in this option, a scissor can cut a paper, so a computer will win. Let's go with the last option, that is a scissor. If you are selecting the scissor and also the computer is selecting a scissor, so that will again bring us to a situation of tie. When you are selecting a scissor and a computer is selecting a paper, so in this way, scissor, that is you, can easily cut the paper. So we can say a user will win. And the last option is when you are selecting a scissor and computer is selecting a rock. So a rock can easily break down the scissor. So your computer wins. Now, in all these situations, you can see when both the options are same, that is rock, rock, paper, paper or scissor, scissor, we can see that brings us to a tie. We have to come to another conclusion, that is in what cases a user will win. So let's bring down that if it is rock and scissor, the user wins. If it is paper and rock, user wins. And if it is scissor and paper, then user wins. So we got two conditions. One is of the tie when all are same, and these are the condition when user wins. In rest all other cases, we can say a computer will win. Hope it is clear. Now let's quickly go and design the code. One more important thing I want to tell you here is what are the things that we are going to use in the code. So two important things we are going to use. First is a random module. Now what is the use of this random module here? As I told you that we are going to play this game with computer, so we would be giving a choice to a computer that a computer can select either rock, paper or scissor. So randomly every time it would be a new choice or a same choice randomly by the computer. So here we would be using a random module. Another thing, we would be using a dictionary because we want to show these symbols instead of just the names. We want to show these emojis or these symbols. So for this we would be using the dictionary data structure. Let's first do it without dictionary, and then just adding this one dictionary and printing the symbols will make this game more attractive. So let's quickly move ahead to our code. So very first step, as I told you, we would be using the random module. So import random. This will help us to use any different functions available in the random module. Next, here we want two things. One is giving the option to the computer. Other is to taking the option from the user. So let's create an array that is option, and in that I'll create a list: rock, paper and scissor. So these are the three options available for our computer and also for our user. Now along with that, as I told you, we will be also creating emoji. So let's keep it on a hold now. So I'll just create an emoji as a dictionary, and later on I'll be giving down steps to it. Coming to the next point, I want to take an input from the user. So I would be giving the variable name, that is choice, and I would be taking the input from the user. Let me put it here. Enter your choice from rock, paper and scissor. So a user will select the option, or it will write the option here. Now similarly, we also have to take a random choice for the computer. So let's give it the name as com equals to, we are taking the random module, and from that we would be selecting choice, and this choice would be taking from the list of. Okay, so from rock, paper and scissor, it will take any random choice and give that to the computer. Now after selecting both the options, let us print that. So we will get an idea what is the user's choice and what is the computer's choice. Okay, this is just for printing. We can skip that, we can avoid that. Now after that, the next step is the instruction that we have just now checked. That is, if both the options are same, then the output would be tie, and which instance the computer will win and at which instance the user will win. So very first thing, that is if the choice and the comp both are same. That is, if choice and comp are same, we will print that it is in tie. So it's in tie. Else, we have multiple options. So what are those options? So very first option is that if the player choice, that is if choice is equal to rock and the computer choice, that is comp, is equal to scissor. Okay, so this is the first option. If you are selecting rock and the computer is selecting a scissor, so a rock can easily chop down the scissor. So it would be, you would be winning. Or what is the next situation? Next is if choice is paper and comp, that is the computer, is selecting rock. So in this case also, a paper can easily take the rock. And the last choice would be if choice is equal to scissor and comp is equal to paper. So in all these situations, what will happen? In all these situations, we will print you won. Okay, or user wins, whatever you want. And in rest other cases, we will say that computer won. Wins or won, whatever you want. Okay, so this is the simple code. Let's try and execute it. Okay, so we are good with the conditions, and or you can put these things into bracket also, that this is the first option, and then we have this is the second option, that is you have the paper and rock, and this is the third option. It's totally option, you can put that in brackets or you can avoid that, no issues. Okay, chalo, let's see if we are good to go without any errors. And we have here, yes. Okay, so what is wrong here? Okay, this is an extra bracket, so that's wrong. We are done with the proper brackets. Let's execute it again. Okay, let's put it everything on a same line. Python is really particular about these indentations, so let's not forget it and put it everything on the same line. Now I think we are good to go if we are not doing any mistakes with the brackets. Great. So enter your choice from rock, paper and scissors. So let's put it, we are selecting rock. So it's rock and paper, so paper wins. Let's try out multiple options. Let me bring it here as selecting paper. Let's see what the computer will get. So again it's taking scissor. So let's make it some more choice. Maybe scissor, this time we will win. No, again it's computer win. So it could be anything, we are not sure as it is taking, yeah, so this is the game where we would rock and scissor. So you win here. First it is printing the choice, that is your choice. You are selecting rock and the computer is selecting scissor, and rock can easily break the scissor, so you win. Now as I told you that we will be bringing up the emojis here. So let's bring it that emojis here. For the emojis, we would be taking in help of a dictionary data type. So what we will do is we would be simply taking up the emojis. So now there are two ways, as I told you. One, you can copy paste the emojis directly, or you can print the Unicodes. Let me show you the Unicodes that are available. You can take this website and find out all the emojis. Now how can you print that? Using the code which is given here, Unicode here. So unicode.org/emoji can give you the entire chart. It's a big huge chart which gives you all the symbols. So you can take this as a paper, okay, raised hand, that is a paper. Then you can take this as a scissor, that is cutting something, number 181, and you can take this closed hand or a wrist, that is as the rock, okay, that is 196. So these are the symbols. You can use this into a print statement that will help you to print it. Okay, so let me show you just simple one print here, and then I would be taking help of all the, yeah, let me show you entire. So instead of taking it this, let me put that into again and comment. Yeah, so for example, I am printing here. I need to print here the Unicode of some of the symbols. So let's put it Unicode/U270C. Okay, so let's see what it is printing. Taking rock. Okay, let me, okay, is it capital or small? Okay, let me try it out something else, that is 270B. Okay, I think it's correct. It's in, yes. Let us check if it is printing, because usually printing these Unicodes directly are helpful. They usually print the symbols. Yeah, you can see it here. It's printing the symbol here. Okay, so this is a symbol of hand. Okay, so similarly, if you will change the symbols here, it will give you different emojis here. Sometimes some of the emojis are not, useful, or they do not get printed, but most of the emojis are printed here, so we do not need to worry about. So this is the way that is you can try it out in this way, or else the other way I told you, we can directly take these emojis and print it. So let me show you how. I'll take it from here itself and create that in the dictionary. Okay, so we have rock, paper and scissor. We have those with the options. Please carefully create those. Rock, then the symbol, comma, paper, then the symbol, and at the end, comma. The last option does not has a comma to indicate that this is the last. Okay, now as you can see, we have printed here the choice where it was printing rock, paper and scissor. Now instead of printing this, we would be printing the emoji of that option. So emoji of the choice, and similarly emoji of the coin. Okay, now let's try it out. Let me first do that. Okay, let's again do that. So taking the paper option here, you can see you are the paper and the rock. Paper can easily cover the rock, so you win. So instead of putting up just the names, now we can see the emojis. Okay, so again a quick revision: getting the random module, giving a list of rock, paper and scissor, displaying the emojis with help of the dictionary, taking the input from the user, and taking the random choice from the list from the computer, and then printing both the emojis, and then at the end we have the options. This we have discussed at the start. If both the options are same, it would be printing tie, and if the user is selecting rock over the scissor, or paper over the rock, or scissor over the paper, you win. Else in all other situations, computer win. We can make this more interesting by giving the scorecard, by using the loop where the user will keep on continuing the game unless and until the user stops it. So we can ask from the user, do you want to continue? Yes, so they'll continue. And also we will create two simple variables for the score of the computer and the user, and at the end when you will select as no, you will give the, or you will print the final output, that is who win, who has the higher number of wins. So you can manipulate, you can work a lot of things with this project or with this small game. I have just shown you the simple part of this game. So hope it was easy and understandable. See you next time with some new exciting projects. Thank you so much.